It's a very, very busy day. Very busy day. A lot of excitement because Howard's starting his satellite radio career.
Hoo-hoo.
You could just hear the excitement. Wait, listen. Wow.
Did I hear? No, I thought I did. For a second, I thought I did.
Wow.
But no.
Anyway, speaking of satellite radio.
You know what? Quickly, he may be vindicated a bit in my eyes.
Why?
In such a way. Because he goes to satellite, and he starts doing things, and it is annoying when people do the things you did when you first started in a medium. When we first came to satellite radio, we saw all the freedom and opportunity to do things and play certain things and react to them in a certain way. And then to see him go on and hear about things that we did when we first got, I mean, verbatim, and just things being played and done and said and scenarios being played through that are, I got to say, exactly like what went on here.
Right.
Everything from how we handled the technical glitches on the air to certain material that we played 8 months ago.
Right down to playing George Carlin.
To the George Carlin opener.
We thought that was the only way
7 Dirty Words.
To start your career on satellite radios, to do the, 7 Dirty Words.
7 Dirty Words, which we started when we first came on. I mean, the Pat O'Brien tapes. I'm getting reports from the pests.
Well, this is what's amazing, and he's just going to do it to himself. He's playing the Pat O'Brien sex tapes and saying it's the first time that these tapes have been heard uncensored.
Yeah, what?
We got press on the fact that we were playing them. Uncensored, you ass.
And in true O&A style, we drove that shit into the ground.
That's right.
We played it till you didn't want to hear it anymore.
That's right. But there you go. You know, he's had a long time to think about what to do on satellite radio, and that's how he opens up his new career, by playing the Pat O'Brien sex.
Yeah, but he had an interesting little take on it. He played Prince's "Let's Get Crazy" on top of it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Kind of did that too.
Hoo-hoo. Now we're the guys. Hoo-hoo. We started that. We were doing that. We were doing that 8 months ago. Tell him, Derek.
All of Sirius Radio rips me off.
We tie a bandana around Pat O'Brien's car and listen to him curse.
Amazing.
Yeah, like, you know what we just worked on?
What?
Which is just crazy when you hear him that way. We have all the Pat O'Brien tapes now uncensored.
We got to save those
me
for
and
Monday.
Betsy and a whore.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That's a whole new thing. And then I know Dan was putting together all new songs with
him.
Oh, my God. Putting together all new songs with him. Yeah. It's the same shit we did.
You know it's going to be awesome because you heard it.
Yeah, you heard
it in your
it.
Escalade, you fucking asshole.
You saw the reaction to it. It was well received. We got press on it.
Nice.
Oh, my God. Can I tell you something?
He should be in jail.
I'll tell you something. I missed the whole first time, I guess, with the bleeping. I never realized he said that he wanted to beat off in her face.
Yeah, because you know,
yeah, the bleep was so big you couldn't tell what.
That's a very important part of the puzzle that he wants to beat off on her face. I mean, that's a major violent act as far as I'm concerned.
No, it really is.
How many women's faces have you beat off on? Honestly,
this is a stranger he's talking to.
I got to hear that again. Did he really say beat off on your face?
It's shocking.
I thought he said come on your face. It beat off.
Yeah.
I think he said beat off.
He definitely says beat off. Yeah.
What?
He definitely says beat off.
If you want, Howard, we have the.
Now say that again.
He definitely says beat off.
I'm playing with the board.
If you wanted to, you could go to the individual clips, but maybe we save them for another day.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
Wow.
But see, everyone rips him off.
But it's, you know,
but his first opportunity,
day.
His first opportunity on satellite radio, he's blatantly doing something we did very well and got press for doing.
It was great. And to have satellite radio available to you to play those tapes uncensored is a blast. And it was for us when the tapes came out about 8 months ago.
A long, long time ago.
A long time ago. And we played the songs over them because it's funny as shit to do.
And we had the listeners do their own remixes.
The listeners sent in their remixes, and that's when the bit ends because that's when it gets really bad because the listeners, for the most part, stink.
It was one of our best bits since coming to satellite radio. The Pat O'Brien sex tapes and the remixes.
God.
So we want to go to that well again. I got a hold of Steve last night. And the Emily Stern audio is up on OpieandAnthony.com.
Yes, it is, and the video.
Where she talks about her big Jewish tits.
Yes.
And we're looking for remixes, everybody.
Remixes from the listeners, please.
Yes, we did the first one, and quite frankly...
Now, Opie, wait a minute.
Quite frankly, it's lame, and we know that. And you guys called us out on the fact that it's lame.
Opie, before you put that in the player there, what did Imus say?
Oh, you want
now,
to
yes, because Imus is like the patriarch of this program. And I think we ought to listen to him when he said, please, maybe we shouldn't goof on Stern's daughter.
Right. Well, this is what Imus said. We couldn't really tackle this bit in Vegas because we only had 2 hours.
2 hours in front of a dopey live audience.
But we're going to tackle this bit now, aren't we? So this is what Imus had to say.
Howard Stern's daughter, Emily, has abruptly been pulled out of an off-Broadway show in which she appeared stark naked.
Yeah.
And there are some pictures in the Post, too.
Yeah. I'll leave the guys.
And the Daily News.
And the Daily News. But it's a wild shot with... she's playing, actually, Madonna in the show Triad, which is, obviously, it's about the Kabbalah and the famous follower of Kabbalah, which is Madonna. And so she appears in these yellow panties and a cone bra. And in the finale, the rabbi, who's the executive director of the show, tells her that if she gets naked, the Messiah will come. And she strips off all of her clothes, and then the rest of her cast also gets nude, and then they worship her body parts.
And it was panned in the New York Times as dreadful, mind-numbing, and in bad taste. How great would it be, though, if she ended up on Opie and Anthony, sticking cucumbers in her private parts? I mean, wouldn't the irony be something to behold there, or no? I mean, is there not something here some twist that's sort of
looking for a silver lining, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Leave the guy's kid alone.
So there's Imus. Leave the guy's kid alone.
Leave the guy's kid alone.
By the way, we brought this to the attention of the media, the whole Emily Stern thing. And here's Imus begging us to lay off Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say, and I just hope Opie and Anthony, and I'm very close to Opie. In fact, I think he may be my son. Yes. And I do like him. I would say to them, let's just lay off the Howard Stern daughter story. I think there's some things that,
If they do that, then they're pussies.
Yes.
They have to go after her and him.
I would be very disappointed in them if they were to do that. I would implore them and beg them here this morning on my program, the Imus Morning program, to just rise above it. Rise above that. Sure. O&A, this is your morning to rise above that. I hope you do that.
And not to challenge the stripped naked appearance of Emily Stern in this, what I guess is just an atrocious off-Broadway show. Off-Broadway.
Some things that ought to be off limits, and I just...
Take the high road, boys.
I would just implore and beg my friends Opie and Anthony, and I said I must go to Opie to try to take the high road, because as Kinky said, there's no mud on the high road. So hopefully I'll get a report later today on whether, in fact, they took my advice. They, unfortunately, often do not.
With that said, Mr. Imus, we hear you loud and clear.
Yes,
and that's why we're starting this brand new bit on the Opie and Anthony program. This brand new bit.
Man, if that wasn't good cop, bad cop, where they're both really bad cop.
Yeah.
Well, stop it. Now, an interesting side note on that. When that audio came in, didn't our own E-Rock say, guys, I don't get it. Imus is really saying, pleading that you guys don't goof on Howard's daughter.
Right.
Like, he didn't see through that at all. He didn't hear the sarcasm in Imus's voice.
For the love of God.
For the love of God, for all that is holy, please do not talk about Emily badly.
Yeah.
Guys, again, let me reiterate, don't do that. And E-Rock tells us, Imus is saying not to goof on the situation. And I was like, wow, really? That's odd of Imus to say.
Because Imus loves when we bash Stern.
And then you
absolutely
listen to...
loves it.
Yeah.
If you run the tape backwards, I'm sure you hear some sort of evil Imus voice telling you to do it.
Of course you do.
Make fun of her daughter. Make fun of the whore, I don't care.
But E-Rock, guys, Guys?
E-Rock, you want to defend yourself?
E-Rock. Face value E-Rock.
You want to try?
That was before I got the audio. That was based on what everybody was sending in saying, oh, Imus is telling you guys not to do it. Then I got the audio.
You heard the audio and then told us, obviously, Imus is being sarcastic,
blaming the
right?
listeners?
No.
No, you didn't tell us that.
No.
You
after that, I said, I have the audio, and that was the last
I have the audio of Imus saying that you shouldn't make fun of Emily Stern.
That's all I said.
Instead of going, wow, the guy really is sarcastic in this. It's pretty funny. And
it's pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious he wants us to goof on him.
Nudge, nudge.
Okay. All I said was I have the audio.
E-Rock, he doesn't get sarcasm.